The quantum whisper. The laboratory hummed with a quiet intensity that Dr. Radek Novak had come to love. Rows of complex quantum computing arrays stretched across the room, their soft blue indicator lights creating a mesmerizing landscape of technological wonder. Outside the reinforced windows, the early morning light of Prague was just beginning to break through the lingering darkness. Radek adjusted his glasses, his fingers dancing across multiple holographic displays. At 42, he was considered a prodigy in quantum communication theory, though he'd always felt more comfortable with machines than with people. His latest project, a breakthrough quantum communication array designed to detect even the faintest cosmic signals, had consumed the past 3 years of his life. Most of his colleagues had written off the project as an impossible dream. "You're chasing ghosts," they'd say. "The universe doesn't work like a telephone." But Radek knew differently. The quantum realm was full of mysteries, connections that defied traditional understanding of physics and communication. The primary monitor flickered. A barely perceptible signal had triggered the array's sensitivity protocols. Radek leaned closer, his breath catching in his throat. This wasn't noise. This wasn't a random electromagnetic interference. This was something else entirely. The signal was complex, a series of quantum entanglement patterns that seemed to pulse with an almost deliberate rhythm. It didn't match any known natural phenomenon. No pulsar, no stellar radiation, no cosmic background noise could produce such a precise, intricate pattern. "Dr. Novak," called a voice from the doorway. Dr. Helena Moravec, the research center's lead administrator, stood watching him. Another late night. Radek didn't immediately respond. His eyes were locked on the screen, tracing the signal's unique quantum signature. "Helena," he said quietly, "I think we found something extraordinary." The signal continued its mesmerizing dance across the quantum spectrum. Each pulse seemed to carry a complexity that suggested, no, demanded, intelligent design. It was as if someone, or something, was trying to communicate using the most fundamental language of the universe, quantum mechanics. Radek's hands moved quickly, initiating multiple verification protocols, cross-referencing the signal against global astronomical databases, running quantum interference analyses, checking and rechecking every possible variable. He needed absolute certainty before making any claims. Hours passed. The signal remained consistent, a steady quantum heartbeat reaching across unimaginable distances. By midday, Radek had compiled an initial report that would shake the foundations of scientific understanding. This was more than just a signal. This was a message. "We're not alone," he whispered to himself, a mix of excitement and profound scientific reverence coloring his voice. Little did Radek know that his discovery would set in motion a chain of events that would fundamentally transform humanity's understanding of its place in the cosmos. The quantum whisper was just the beginning. Resonance of worlds. The International Space Research Station hung like a delicate silver thread against the infinite black canvas of space. Inside the communications hub, Area Chimera studied the quantum signal data that Dr. Radek Novak had transmitted from Earth. Her fingers moved with practiced precision across holographic interfaces, each movement revealing deeper layers of the mysterious transmission. At 35, Area was considered the most innovative communications specialist in the international space research community. Her mixed Japanese-Brazilian heritage had given her a unique perspective, a blend of cultural adaptability that served her well in the complex world of interstellar communication research. "This is unprecedented," she muttered, her dark eyes reflecting the cascading data streams. The quantum signal wasn't just a random burst of cosmic noise. It possessed a structure, a deliberate, almost mathematical precision that suggested intelligent design. Commander Michael Thompson approached, his weathered face showing a mixture of curiosity and skepticism. "What are we looking at, Chimera?" Area pointed to a complex holographic representation of the signal. "It's not just a signal. It's a communication protocol unlike anything we've ever seen." The quantum entanglement patterns suggest a level of technological sophistication that far exceeds our current understanding. The communications hub was a marvel of modern engineering, a circular room with transparent panels showing the curvature of Earth below. Monitors and holographic displays surrounded them, each showing different aspects of the mysterious transmission. "We've run multiple verification protocols," Arya continued. "This isn't background radiation. It's not a pulsar. It's not any known natural phenomenon. Someone, or something, is trying to communicate." Thompson raised an eyebrow. "Or something. Extraterrestrial communication," Arya said firmly. "The mathematical complexity of this signal suggests an intelligence far beyond our current technological capabilities. Look at these quantum modulation patterns. They are too precise to be random." The station's chief scientist, Dr. Rajesh Mehta, joined them, his eyes widening as he examined the data. "The signal seems to be originating from a region of space near the Carina Nebula. It's repeating with an almost rhythmic consistency." Arya zoomed in on the holographic display, revealing intricate quantum patterns that seemed to pulse with an almost living quality. "It's like a cosmic heartbeat," she whispered, "a message waiting to be understood." Hours turned into days. The team worked tirelessly, breaking down the signal's complex quantum structure. Each layer revealed more questions than answers. The signal seemed to adapt, changing its quantum signature slightly with each analysis, almost as if it was learning, responding to their attempts to understand it. "We need to respond," Arya argued during a heated conference with global space research leaders. "This is the first concrete evidence of potential extraterrestrial intelligence. We can't just observe. We need to communicate." The debate raged across multiple international research centers. Some argued for caution, fearing potential risks. Others, like Arya, saw an unprecedented opportunity for humanity's greatest discovery. As the station orbited Earth, the quantum signal continued its mysterious pulse, a cosmic whisper waiting to be understood, a bridge between known and unknown worlds. "We're on the edge of something monumental," Arya told Commander Thompson, her voice filled with a mixture of scientific excitement and profound wonder. "FirstContact isn't just a possibility anymore. It's happening right now." The celestial bridge. Captain Marcus Rodriguez stood on the bridge of the ISS Horizon, humanity's most advanced deep space exploration vessel. The ship was a testament to human engineering, a sleek, modular spacecraft designed for extended missions beyond traditional exploration boundaries. At 48, Rodriguez carried the weight of decades of space exploration experience. His olive skin and salt and pepper hair spoke of countless missions, of challenges overcome and mysteries encountered. This mission, however, felt different. The quantum signal discovered by Dr. Novak and decoded by Arya Kimura had transformed their expedition from a routine exploration to a potential first contact scenario. Navigation report. Rodriguez called out to his second-in-command, Lieutenant Elena Rodriguez. No relation. A brilliant young navigator with a reputation for exceptional spatial calculations. "Coordinates locked," Elena responded, her fingers dancing across the holographic navigation panel. "We're approaching the signal's point of origin near the Carina Nebula. Quantum resonance tracking is stable." The ship's scientific team worked with intense concentration. Dr. Zachary Freeman, the lead xenobiologist, continuously monitored the quantum signal's characteristics. His screens were filled with complex mathematical models and spectral analyses that seemed to shift and breathe with each passing moment. "The signal is becoming more complex," Freeman announced, his voice tinged with excitement. "It's almost like it's preparing for something. These quantum modulation patterns, they're responding to our approach." Rodriguez studied the holographic star map. The Carina Nebula stretched before them, a vast cosmic canvas of swirling gases and nascent star formations. Somewhere within this celestial tapestry, something was waiting. Suddenly, the ship's quantum communication array began to pulse with an unexpected intensity. The bridge crew watched in collective amazement as intricate quantum patterns began to form outside the ship's hull, visible only through specialized quantum imaging systems. "My God," Elena whispered. "It's creating a quantum communication field around us." The ship's systems began to respond in ways they hadn't anticipated. Quantum entanglement readings spiked. Communication arrays that were normally passive began to resonate with an almost musical frequency. "We're being scanned," Freeman said, his scientific detachment barely masking his wonder. "But not like any scanning technology we've ever encountered. It's more like a conversation." Rodriguez gripped the command chair. Years of space exploration had prepared him for the unexpected, but this was beyond anything in human experience. The quantum field around them began to take shape, complex geometric patterns that seemed to pulse with an intelligence of their own. "Maintain communication protocols," Rodriguez commanded, "but be prepared for anything." The ship hung suspended in space, a tiny beacon of human curiosity against the infinite cosmic backdrop. The quantum field continued its intricate dance, a bridge between two potentially intelligent species, separated by unimaginable distances, but connected through the fundamental language of quantum mechanics. Something was about to happen. Something that would change humanity's understanding of its place in the universe forever. Quantum entanglement. Dr. Elena Volkov stood at the observation deck of the remote planetary research station, her breath fogging the reinforced crystalline window. The alien world before her was unlike anything humanity had ever encountered, a planet that seemed to breathe with its own quantum consciousness. The station, perched on the edge of a massive crystalline formation, was a marvel of human adaptability. Constructed to withstand extreme environmental conditions, it represented humanity's most advanced extraterrestrial research facility. Elena, a renowned xenobiologist with a specialty in quantum biology, had been leading the research team for the past 8 months. "The quantum resonance is increasing," called out Dr. Marcus Kim, her lead research assistant, from the primary analysis station. Holographic displays danced with complex quantum signatures that seemed to pulse with an almost organic rhythm. The planet itself was a scientific anomaly. Its entire ecosystem appeared to function on principles of quantum communication that defied traditional biological understanding. Plants, if they could be called that, seemed to communicate through intricate quantum networks. The ground itself appeared to respond to quantum fluctuations, shifting and changing in ways that challenged everything scientists thought they knew about planetary ecosystems. Elena approached a containment chamber where a sample of the planet's primary life form was being studied. It resembled a crystalline organism that seemed to simultaneously exist and not exist, quantum superposition made tangible. As she drew closer, the organism's quantum signature began to shift, responding to her presence in a way that suggested a form of communication. "It's recognizing us," she murmured, her scientific detachment giving way to pure wonder. "Not just detecting our presence, but actually communicating." The research team had discovered that the planet operated on a quantum level of consciousness that was fundamentally different from any known biological system. Information seemed to flow through the environment like water, with no clear distinction between living and non-living systems. Suddenly, the station's quantum communication array began to pulse with an intense frequency. The holographic displays erupted with a complex pattern of quantum entanglement that seemed to originate from multiple points simultaneously. "We're receiving a transmission," Marcus called out, his voice a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "But it's not like any transmission we've ever encountered. It's more like a conversation." The quantum pattern began to take shape, complex geometric forms that seemed to carry meaning beyond simple data transmission. It was as if the planet itself was trying to communicate, using the fundamental language of quantum mechanics. Elena watched in awe as the quantum patterns began to resolve into something resembling a complex biological diagram. But it wasn't just a diagram. It was a communication, a way of sharing knowledge that transcended human understanding of language and information transfer. "We're witnessing first contact," she whispered to herself. but not in any way we could have ever imagined. The research station hummed with an electric anticipation. Humanity stood on the precipice of a profound scientific breakthrough, a moment that would redefine everything they thought they knew about life, communication, and the fundamental nature of existence. Convergence. The neutral research platform hung in the void of space, a testament to human and alien cooperation, a meeting point between two civilizations that had once seemed impossibly different. Dr. Radek Novak stood beside Arya Kimura, watching as the quantum communication team worked to bridge the final gaps in understanding. The platform was a marvel of collaborative engineering. Sections designed for human physiological needs, seamlessly integrated with areas adapted for the quantum-based life forms they had discovered. Holographic interfaces shimmered with multiple languages, multiple ways of perceiving and communicating reality. "We're more alike than we are different," Captain Marcus Rodriguez observed, joining them at the observation deck. The years of exploration and research had culminated in this moment, a true convergence of species. The quantum beings, as they had come to be known, were not a singular entity, but a collective consciousness that spanned entire planetary systems. Their method of communication transcended traditional biological limitations. They existed simultaneously across multiple quantum states, their consciousness a complex network that made human understanding of individuality seem primitive. Dr. Elena Volkov approached with a holographic representation of their latest breakthrough. "It's not just communication," she explained, her eyes bright with scientific passion. "It's a complete exchange of knowledge. They're sharing entire ecosystems, scientific discoveries, philosophical concepts, all through quantum entanglement." The collaborative team, humans and quantum beings working side by side, represented humanity's greatest achievement. They had moved beyond the limitations of biological communication, creating a new language of understanding that bridged entire civilizations. "The quantum network they've shown us," Arya explained to a group of young researchers, "is like a living library. Imagine being able to download not just information, but experience. Entire lifetimes of knowledge transmitted in a fraction of a second." The platform buzzed with activity. Research teams from multiple disciplines worked together. Physicists, biologists, linguists, philosophers, all trying to understand the profound implications of this first contact. Captain Rodriguez reflected on their journey. What had begun as a mysterious quantum signal discovered by Radek Novak had transformed humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. They were no longer alone. They were part of a vast, interconnected cosmic network. "We thought First Contact would be about conflict," Radek murmured, watching the quantum communication interfaces dance with complex patterns of light and meaning. "Instead, it's become about understanding." As if in response, the quantum communication array pulsed, a beautiful, complex pattern that seemed to carry the weight of countless civilizations, countless experiences. It was a message of hope, of possibility, of a universe far more complex and wonderful than humanity had ever imagined. The convergence was complete. Humanity had taken its first true step into a larger, more interconnected cosmos.